Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and I'd like to welcome you to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I am going to be making a pink floral card using GinaK Designs. This is the Smiling Blooms Stamp and Die Bundle, along with her Master Layouts 8 and her Harvest Flourish Stencil. I'm trying to work my way through the stuff I got the other day in my haul, and this is one of them, this Smiling Blooms. These have already been in my stash for quite some time, and this is one of my favorite stencils. So I am making a pink card today. This is my usual 5x7, so this measures 10 inches by 7 inches. You score it at the 5-inch mark, fold it over, and crease it with a bone folder, scissors handle, anything you might have. You could even use your fingernails. Just something to get that edge down. Now, I have cut out, I used the Master Layouts 8 to cut out my pieces. But if you don't have this, this is, the black cardstock is 4.5 by 6.5. And then the white has the stitched edge, which I really like, which is why I use this set a lot. This measures 4 3/8 by 6 3/8. So if you don't have those are the size you need. And that'll give you just a very, very fine black border around your card. And then I have a piece of white 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 that I'm going to use to stamp on and then die cut from. But I want to get started with the background because I'm going to be stenciling that. So I have my waffle flower grip mat already down here on my desk. Love this thing, best invention ever. Okay, now I'm going to take this etched white piece and I'm going to stencil on it with that GinaK Harvest Flourish. And I'm not going to do the whole card. Oh, come on, let's get you down and get you stuck. I'm just going to do like a center portion. And for the ink color, I have chosen one of my favorite grays, GinaK Soft Stone. And I'm just going to go with a light hand. I just want this to be barely visible in the background. I want to kind of do the center more than any. And then just fade out to the edges. Let me see how that looks. A little bit more, I think. I think I wanted it darker than what I thought I was going to want it. That's perfect. Just the way I want that. Let me see if you can see that on camera. Just a little bit in the center and it fades away to nothing on the edges. Okay, done with that ink. And I would put this together, but I will stamp on this when I'm done with all the other portions of the card. So I'm going to set that above, and I'll set my stencil aside to wash later. And I will put the covers back on my grip mat because I am done with that. And once you know, oh, there it is. This stuff's hard to see, even though it's all wrinkled and crinkled, it's still clear. So when you set it on something that shines, you're not going to see it very well. Now, for my stamping, I want to use this large flower and possibly this little one. And then I will die cut them out. How cool, they're in a nice little baggie and included the magnet. I like that. I just need this in my stamping platform. Now, I could use several different kinds of ink, including GinaK's Black Onyx, but I am going to color these with alcohol inks, and if you use the black onyx, it's going to bleed. I'm using the VersaFine Clear Nocturne. And definitely a new stamp, so I want to make sure that I condition it first. I'm just going to cut these two out after I stamp them. Just rub your finger across it. It gets off the, there's a layer of residue or something that the factory puts on here. And you just need to condition it a little bit. You can buy a fancy tool for that. Fingers work just as well until they no longer will do that. Then I'll think about the tool. Got to use them while you've got them. All right, now I'm just going to ink this up. And then I'll stamp that. Got to do a little bit more in the center, especially. More down there. Oh, a little bit up there, which I think maybe there is, I think there's a, yep, there's a cut in the stamp up here. I can easily fill that in with a black marker. So now I'm just cleaning this off with water. Let me look at that stamp a little close up. Yep, there's a definite defect here. I will contact the company, but does anyone else out there, have they received their set yet? And does yours have a little blemish on that top leaf? Let me know if you do. Okay, now I'll set my stamping platform aside because I will stamp the sentiment when I'm done with this. I'm just going to get a little drink of Kool-Aid here. Okay, now I'm going to color these. And I'm going to color them pink. And I've chosen two pinks from my Ohuhu alcohol markers, RV295 Hollyhock and RV380 Raspberry. Now, Hollyhock is my lighter color. And I'm just going to go over the petals here. And I probably will stop talking when I'm coloring near the edge. Because if I don't, I will color outside the line, which won't be so horrible on this design because I am going to die cut it, but I don't know how close the die cut goes here. Let's see, I'm getting some smudge the VersaFine Clair is a pigment ink, so it takes a little bit longer to dry, which is why if I get my hand on it, I get the ink smudges outside, which is okay in this instance because I am going to die cut it out. I'm going to color all this color first, and then I'm going to go back with my darker color and add in my highlights and shadows. Okay, now I'm going to take my darker color, which is the raspberry, and I'm going to do the center of the flower. I'm going to come up a little bit. I'm not sure what flower this is. I'm making it my own. Now I'm going to add some on the petals, just to what looks like a mistake at first. Once you keep on with it, you go, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So I'm doing my base flower as a striped flower. Okay, now I'm going to leave the outside edges pretty much as they are. Now on this one, I'm going to do the darker color on the outside of the leaf, because I'm going to have the outside of this flower be darker, like when you have the buds just opening and how sometimes the color is really dark on the outside. In the center. Oh, I need to do a few little stripes here to keep my theme going of the striped flower. We need a stripe there. All right, now for the greens, I've chosen a lighter color G287 apple green and G369 matcha green. I usually use matcha and seedling together, but I thought for this card I wanted to go extra light with the apple. It's still not a light green, but it is lighter than the apple, and it looks like it could, or lighter than the matcha, and it looks like it could be an actual leaf combination color. Going to do them all in the apple green first. That one up here looks a little weird. I need to add another couple stripes to that one. I'm not the greatest colorist, but I enjoy doing it, and I'm trying to branch out and do different things rather than just plain Jane coloring. I don't think I'll ever be perfect at it, and I don't know anyone that is, other than there's a couple people out there that I know are exceptionally great at it. It's just trial and error. Sometimes a lot of error. Now, when I'm using my pan pastels, that I can get shading in, I don't know why. I can do that better with the chalks than I can with anything else. All right, now for the matcha, and then I can cut this puppy out. I'm going to go half of the leaf. Now I'm just going to get a black magic marker here. Yeah, I think I'll use this one. Let me see if that's too fat. Nope, that'll be perfect. This is a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen, black, and it has the brush nib. There. All right, let me get another sip, and then I'll cut that out. All right. Now I have to figure out which of the dies are for these. And it's nice they're cut apart. I love that. I understand it saves money by putting them all together and you having to break them apart, but I'd rather pay the little extra for them to come already die cut. Or, yeah, die cut up apart. All right. Put my lid down. Oh, that is so pretty. Wasn't sure about my stripes, but they are beginning to grow on me, and I like them. Okay. Now, I am going to get the die cut out for the sentiment I want to use. I'm going to use Sending Love and Happiness. And I just need to see which of the die cuts goes with that one. Not that one. Not that one. That one. All right. Okay, now I can start putting this together. I don't need the die cut. I'm going to stamp it right on the thing. But oh, that's all right. Okay, so this is how that would look. Oh, might not need this. Well, now I'm not sure how I want to put it on the card. Hanging down. Hanging down. All right, that's how I'm going to put it on the card. Now I just need to figure out where I am going to stamp the sentiment. So let's put this whole thing right in here. Okay, I'm going to put it right there. Remember my layout. Okay, now I need to condition this stamp. And I can use the GinaK ink, but I don't have it over here. So I'll just use my VersaFine and remember not to touch it for a few moments. Do one more. Perfect. Yeah, the flower's grown on me. I'm going to glue the black down. Now I can glue this part down. I'm going to stand up for this. Well, no, I think I can just angle it this way. All right. Now, for the flowers, I'm going to prop them up, and I'm just going to use these. They're about 1/4 inch high pop dots. I got these at Hobby Lobby a while back. Which I don't know if I'm going to be back there anytime soon, because they're, at least in my store, their scrapbooking section has gone down to half of an aisle. I think I want to cut one of these. And their yarn section is even smaller than it ever used to be, so that's really disappointing. It's one of our only craft stores left in our area, and that's still an hour away. So it's an hour there and an hour back for me. Oh, I like that. Okay. It may seem like I used a lot of these, and I probably did. I just wanted to make sure, and I'll use the other part of this one. I want to make sure all the leaves and petals are up enough so they don't get smooshed in shipping. I'm going to go off the edge a little bit. Now this one, I'm going to use a finer, I'll use my foam strips for that. I just have to get them out of the basket here. I'm just going to put glue on the stem. Want that coming right there. Okay, now for embellishments. I've got a couple options I brought over today. I have these Aurora Borealis sheen rhinestones, which I thought would look quite pretty. Or I have some very clear, tiny hearts that my sister-in-law got. Or these larger hearts. I'm thinking these Aurora Borealis because they'll take on the color of the design. The pinks, it will, when it's near the pink, it'll make it look pink. Oh yeah. And then, you know what? That's enough. Though, I want to get a little Wink of Stella. You knew I was going to get that. I should always leave it at my desk. I should always leave this over here because I like to use it. I'm going to put this on the flower. It's the clear Wink of Stella. I still have to figure out how to make my own. My first attempt did not go very well. I love this stuff, but it is a little pricey. All right. It allows you to have a little glittery feel without actually using glitter that's going to fall off when the recipient gets it. And I think I want to put I'm going to put a medium one in the center of that flower. There, that's it. That's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed watching my process. And there goes my Anna Griffin mats. Get your stuff out and play. Have fun. You don't need to get the newest stamp kit if you can't afford it. Use something you have already in your stash. I budget my money and I allow myself so much a month for fun stuff. Next month is going to be no fun stuff because, well, Prime Day, you know. And then I'm saving most of my money because a lot of the stamp companies, well, Simon Says Stamps, they have that Stamptember event where they release a whole bunch of great stuff. So I'm going to save my money for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.